The other thing that I want to show is like, the other thing that I want you to do is I want you to show what these moves look like. So you can say what your move was, but I also want you to show, look, I did keep, change, change. That means I took this tile and I moved it up to the top. I took this tile, these 4 tiles, and I moved them up to the top. And I got rid of them. So you should be drawing this out too.
Um, I used to do that, but sometimes, not always, but sometimes the annotation which we do it on it, drawings does not show up. Like when we put the check
Oh, when
mark.
you come back, sometimes it sends the drawings to the back. They're actually still there. They're like behind your drawings. And I don't know why it does that, but I still want you to do it.
Okay.
And then on this one, what did we do here? We removed balance sets. So I'm actually going to change my color here. And what I want to show is, I want to show a couple things. So it's one thing to show 0 pairs. But you know, the other thing I forgot to do is what it actually happens when I do keep, change, change. I change this to adding -4, right? That's going to turn into adding. That's what that looks like. Subtracting -x, keep, change, change in a math equation looks like adding, looks like changing it to plus +x.
We'll have to do it in the first equation or the second one after we do the keep and change.
I would do it in the first equation because the second equation shows, the second equation shows the result of that. So instead of, so this is minus, sorry, this is minus +3. I'm going to change it to plus -3. And let's see, I need to color code these. So, oh goodness, I didn't mean to do that. Back. Okay, I need to show, I need this part to, that's not cool, bro. Back up. Sorry, having trouble. Mr. Kilmer's struggling. So, sorry, I'm going to show in green. Because I'm using green over here, I'm showing this in green too. My keep, change, changes in green. This is changing to from -3 to plus -3. This is showing from -4 to plus -4. This is showing from changing from plus minus -x to plus +x. And that is what I now have here. And that's what I have here. And then this one, for my 0 pairs, I'm going to switch to blue. I am going to circle these in blue, cross them out, circle my 0 pairs in blue, and cross them out. And then I'm going to show that here. That comes from the 1 and the -3 come together, and they are left with -2 is all that's left. And then the 2 and the -3 come together, and they are left with -1, and that's all that's left. And so everything else, the x, the plus -1, plus -1, I'm asking you to show what you have left when you're done. X plus -2 plus -4. That's what I have left. My next move, what color should the next move be? I'm gonna make it red. The next thing that I'm gonna do is, so -4 plus -6, -2 plus -4 equals -6. That's just me taking all of these together, putting all of those together, and then this one is putting those ones together, right? And
Do you also have to put the things that you put all like outside the mat?
What's that?
Like the zero pairs in the third image, which are outside the expression mat?
Uh-huh.
Do you
What
have to
about
show
them?
those?
Do I need to show those? No, we don't need to show those. We're just showing the things that are on the expression mat. That would just be showing like, and there's is like, that's showing what's gone, right? It's just keeping track of what I got rid of. It just helps me remember where things came from.
Okay.
And then my last step, let's see, what's my last step here? We'll go orange. My last step is I did minus x, which equals 0. And I did minus negative 2, which equals negative 4. And over here I did minus negative 2, which is 0, and minus x, which is x minus x is 0, and minus negative 2 minus negative 2 are both 0. So this is my answer.
You wrote
And
negative.
I'm going to show, and the way I'm going to show that is I'm going to show these 0 pairs came off. This 0 pair came off. Does that?
You wrote negative x minus negative 2?
Sorry, the way that this works is, let's see, it's x minus x equals 0, and negative 2 minus negative 2 equals 0. Does that make sense? And negative 2 minus negative 6 equals negative 4. And x minus x equals 0. They're
Okay.
separate. They're separate math problems. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And so 0 and negative 4, when they come together, those equal negative 4, and 0 plus 0, when those come together, those make 0. So it's a lot. Oh, goodness. It's a lot. But what I want to do is I want you guys to be like just thinking about what happens when you do each step. So I'm going to submit that, and it's going to show all of my work. Now, this took me a long time to explain it to you. In fact, it's already time to go. But this is the math that we need to be doing, and we're going to be working on it tomorrow and the next day and the next day probably. It's probably going to take us like a few periods to do this math.
Wait, so are we going to be doing this until Wednesday, Thursday?
We're going to be doing this for problem 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to be doing this for 9 problems. Can I get you to mute yourself, Yaswan? So I get the time's over. Class is about to be over. I understand that. We're 2 minutes past, but that's the math that we're going to be doing, and we're going to be doing it all week. So tomorrow we're just going to break right into that, and that's all we're doing. You guys, I don't recommend working on this at home, but you can if you want. Any questions? All right. Well, you guys are all dismissed. Have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
You
Have a good
too.
day.